Okay, guys, it's 6. So let's take a look at Litecoin. It's 6:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, March 10, 2019. Okay, it looks like they're going to let the price of Litecoin go up. Let's see those Kettling walls. Okay, you see it's a 57.20. We have some interesting developments on this, those Kettling walls. Now, upon Coinbase, upon receiving a complaint drawn up by the New York State Financial Services Division, I handed over my evidence to them, and they went after Coinbase. And the letter, which I do have here, and Coinbase's response, I have both letters here. If anybody's interested in seeing them, I'll post them up. But as for now, I'll give you a synopsis of what they said. Basically, Coinbase's excuse for those two Kettling wall trades, they have investigated them and found out that those two Kettling wall trades were put up by what they call, quote unquote, their market maker, who's taking the risk and providing their liquidity. I have a problem with that because basically there's no rule that says that one market maker gets to be on the one exchange. Exchanges could have several market makers working against each other, right? So what you have here is now is a market maker. If it's one individual, that this came out of Coinbase's mouth now on the letter, says he's across all of the trading pairs, and he's posting up trades, for example, for Litecoin, 40 to 44 cents above and below the last sale trade. So that's why you see them same Kettling walls of the same size. Coinbase admitted they investigated it and found it to be this one individual market maker. Now, first of all, they're comparing this to other exchanges like NASDAQ. Well, the last time I checked, a market maker who's buying something cheap off you and selling it at a higher price, okay? I'm sorry. You can give them a fancy name, but if you're in there putting it up two Kettling walls so everybody trades at the price that you want them to trade at, you're manipulating. I don't care how much liquidity or risk or whatever you're taking. You got to take the same risk we do. Okay, so what we have is somebody who's come into the market and monopolized it, and is using the coming in under the guise as a market maker, all right? And he's being compensated. Well, I understand they're usually a 5% markup. Those people, you'll see a Ferrari driven around New York City that says 5% on it. That's a market maker, okay? He's driving a Ferrari for a reason. He has that plate on his car, 5% markup. So what you're seeing here is Coinbase is turning around, openly admitted that those two trades are being posted by one individual, and he's keeping it 40 to 44 cents from the last sale or buy. That's not true, because we've seen that 3,312 move lower than that 40 cents equidistance, and it drove the market down. So what you have is somebody under the guise of market maker, and it's already admitted it's one individual who's coming in and manipulating the market to benefit himself at the expense of everybody else. Okay, if he's a market maker and he's deciding the price because he's taking the risk and everything, I can understand that. All right, but he's actively suppressing and manipulating the price up and down against the will of the market, or the flow of the market. So he's not really a market maker if he's going against the grain. The last I checked, a market maker, for example, on NASDAQ, he was sitting in a computer and watching the orders that come in front of his computer. Now, if he sees a heavy buy situation, he will adjust the price higher, right? If he went out to the trading floor and before the orders got to his computer, right, found out there was large bids that were going to, orders that were going to show up to his computer in maybe a minute or so, then he went and adjusted the price, he would be committing a crime called going around the post. Because he already knows the orders that are coming in before they hit the system, and he's adjusting it to take advantage of the other traders. It's called going around the post. So him being the market maker doesn't exclude him for committing crimes, okay? So I don't understand what all this nonsense Coinbase is saying, that the market maker basically can go in and do what he wants. He can't. Especially on this platform, if he sees heavy buys, and then he starts loading the books up, and then he stops the price from going up. And then you're telling me he's just adding liquidity to the market. Yeah, whose liquidity? The liquidity in his bank account, nobody else's. So basically, the New York Department of Financial Services says, we looked into it. Their cover letter, which Coinbase didn't get, we believe you because you give them clear evidence. Coinbase says it's lacking. My evidence is lacking detail when I offered to give them the evidence, and they wouldn't accept it. So now I haven't given it anything or made it clear. Meanwhile, on my phone calls, I tell them which trades, where they are. You see this? This is Mr. Market Maker right there. Look, posting his 4,000 limit trades on Coinbase at the lowest price possible. But he's not manipulating the market. He's allowed to manipulate the... This is what they're saying. He's allowed to manipulate the market because he's the market maker. Meanwhile, if you were at NASDAQ and you went... prior to the orders hitting your computer and you went out on the trading floor and found out that the orders were coming into your computer before they actually appeared and adjusted the price, you'd be in trouble. They act like the market maker's God. So now you can see, you just seen that 4,000 trade that was spoofed and just disappeared. So they openly admitted in the letter that they got that they investigated it. They found out it's one individual who's posting on both sides the trades order book and the exposed order book. He's posting up the same market side on both the buy and the sell. It is one trader. It's right here. Coinbase admitted it. It's right here. But it's, instead of calling him a regular trader, though, they opened up an excuse. Now they call him market maker. I'm highly suspicious on that. I want to know who that individual is and what his association is with Coinbase. Because Coinbase also stated in the letter that they're answering to the New York Department of Financial Services that he's involved in all the trading pairs on Coinbase. All of them. So now we have proof that there's one individual, one entity in here, who Coinbase suddenly gave him the position as market maker. And he provides liquidity. And as I understand in NASDAQ, the market maker can't... Most of the market makers I ever heard of, these guys who take the risk in liquidity, I don't know. There's still it's still something bad here when you see them kettling the price in. You have one individual who has most of the securities now. That's what it confirms. The whole thing is monopolized. You know, there's no rule that you can't have more than one market maker on an exchange. Here they have one market maker. So this one market maker now is monopolizing the market. I want to know who this market maker is. I want a name. I really want a name. I think there should be a criminal investigation. Don't be surprised if the market maker is somehow affiliated with Coinbase. Do not be surprised. A market maker is supposed to be an outside company or person that comes in and is in this market deciding what the price will be. But on this exchange, if it doesn't have the same volume as this exchange, then you're manipulating the. I don't care if you're the market maker or not. You're manipulating the price to be in sync with the market that has more volume. When hasn't the market maker considered volume in his pricing? The last I heard, it's a very important factor. So this isn't a market maker. This is a market manipulator. Just Coinbase decided that all the other exchanges, the legit exchanges that are under regulation, have market makers. Yeah, yes, they do, but they're constrained from doing stupid stuff like we see here. A market maker who sits there and decides the price of the security can't even go out on the trading floor and see orders come into the computer system, from the floor before they get to the computer system and adjust this price. That's a crime. Market makers are very affluent in committing crimes, That doesn't exclude them because they're the market maker that they can do whatever they want. The market's rigged now, people. I got it here. It's one individual across all the platforms. If this was a truly legit exchange, they would have more than one market maker involved in trading on this exchange. And they'd work and compete against each other. Fair and balanced market. You got one market maker in there holding the keys to the whole crypto on Coinbase. Of course there's market makers in NASDAQ, you dumbasses at Coinbase, but that doesn't mean there's one market maker for each individual security. There could be multiple market makers. They all compete and change the price. Not like this over here where they monopolize it with one market maker and rip everybody off. The foolishness of the Coinbase is just so riddled with idiocracy, it's unbelievable. Oh yeah, we have a market maker. Okay, you have one market maker? How come you don't have 2, 3, 4? What's the matter? The other ones wouldn't give you kickback? Okay, let me post this now. They admitted openly in the letter that I got from the New York State Financial Service Department, turned around and told me, yeah, we see what you're saying. They didn't send them the cover letter to Coinbase, but they gave me Coinbase's response to them. And they said, yeah, we see what you're saying. It's not in our jurisdiction. Go get somebody that... they even offered to have people that will do it for me for free. So I'm going to investigate that, get a lawyer to do me free, and I'm going to bury these guys. They gave me a list of lawyers, too. Thank you, New York's Department of Financial Services, for helping me out. Now I don't have to worry about retainer fees. These guys are criminals. A market maker that's coming in, well, he provides liquidity. Wait a minute. You're telling me you have one market maker across all the trading pairs? It's stated, Coinbase states themselves, they have one trader, one individual group, one market maker deciding what the price of Litecoin's going to be, Bitcoin's going to be, on every single issue that's on Coinbase, on all these. There's one market maker. One. He's providing liquidity. He's manipulating the price. I don't give a shit if you gave him the title of market maker, you friggin' frauds. Alright, let me post this.